Okay, welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Wednesday, September 18th. We're going to be going over Saints breakdown tonight. The new image is in. We'll show you in just a second before we start. Let's go ahead and go over today's headlines and also, so that's the new logo. So that's what we have. So how's everybody doing? So we're switching over. So you want to come on in, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch. Come on down. We will have the chat rooms on while we do Saints breakdown tonight. So wait for the thing to load up. So if you want to come in and talk Saints football tonight, we're doing Saints breakdown tonight. So that's that's what the show is about tonight, Saints breakdown. So we're going to go ahead and go over some scores first, and then we'll probably we'll go to the scores. Let's go ahead and switch it over. So I'm going ahead and go over to the scores right now. So everything's on your screen. So let's go ahead and give you tonight's scores. This is in MLB baseball. Okay, today's score. Cardinals up 5-1. That's in that was a final today. Also, the Mets win 7-4. Also, it was let's see, the A's won 1-0. That's a final. Also, it was D-backs winning 5-4. Also, the Angels up 3-2 going into the 8th, so it's the middle of the 8th right now. Also, it is 7-2 Baltimore, middle of the 6th. Also, it's the Seattle Mariners up 4-1. Also, the Cleveland Indians is tied up at 1, so that's going into the 9th, so top of the 9th inning there. Also, the New York Giants, excuse me, the San Francisco Giants up 4-1. That's in the bottom of the 7th. Also, Philadelphia up 4-1, bottom of the 6th. Also, it is the White Sox up 2-0. Also, the Padres up 2-1. That's going into the 7th. Also, it is bottom of the 5th. Cubs is tied up at 1. Astros and Rangers in the bottom of the 5th, scoreless. Also, the Dodgers up 3-1. So how's everybody doing? Good even wherever you may be, East Coast, West Coast. We're going to be going over Sean Payton's press conference. This was conference call from today, and also we will have the Pete Carroll press conference as well. That's going to be video. So this one's audio only. So we're going to begin with Sean Payton talking about this week's opponent, the Seattle Seahawks.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sean, can you give us any updates on Drew Brees?
Yeah, the latest today, you'll have surgery on his thumb. It'll be done in LA. And, I'm not going to speculate on a recovery time frame. But I know just having text with him and visit with our trainers and doctors, we're optimistic. And I know it's being done this afternoon.
Okay.
Sean, I know you won't speculate on a recovery time frame, but when do you have to make the decision about whether injured reserve is a possibility?
We'll look at that each week as we go, but right now I don't think that's the plan.
Thanks.
Sean, how much do you have to, I guess, monitor the what you do with Taysom Hill? You know, now that he's basically your number 2 guy, I guess. Do you have to monitor what you do with him as far as using him?
I think you do, and that's you making the assumption he's the number 2. We'll approach this game with 2 quarterbacks, and we'll see where we're at with it. So, but we'll have the right plan relative to what those guys are going to be doing.
Hey, Sean, you have experience in 2015 preparing for a game without Drew and Luke McCown play. Does that experience at all help in this case, considering how much you've had Drew just in there for all the time you've been here?
Yeah, I think, look, you pay attention to the strengths of the players that are playing in the game. And yeah, I mean, I thought in that game Luke played real well. So we'll have a plan in place that we think gives our team the best chance to win.
Sean, does the 2 different abilities that your 2 different quarterbacks bring, do you think that gives you a tactical advantage for a defense that hasn't had to prepare for the possibility of both guys like this?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Sean, can you just talk about maybe just preparing to get 2 quarterbacks ready, the challenges of that? How does that work, splitting reps and things like that?
Well, look, these guys have been here now 2 seasons, and it's just kind of taking a step back and looking at the things that we want to do with those guys in the game, and putting that plan in place during this week of practice.
Sean, having had Teddy for a couple of years, as you mentioned, and him starting the season finale last year, does that kind of give you a leg up on preparation in terms of knowing exactly what it is he's capable of doing?
Yeah, in fairness to him, the game last year really was a tough evaluation, so I don't know that it gives us a head. I mean, I think we've got a pretty good idea of what he does well.
Sean, are you all getting any closer to knowing when Sheldon Rankins is going to come back?
We'll announce it when we get closer.
Sean, do you plan to announce a starter before the game, or will you keep the option open?
I probably won't make any. I'm more apt to not make any announcements. That's just typically what we don't do.
Sean, I know the production hasn't been there in the 2 games that Teddy has played significantly, but what have you seen from him in those games that leads you to believe he's good state developing in his second year on this offense?
Yeah, I mean, all the snaps of practice, all the things that we've done. If you watch the tape closely from last week, you watch it, you study it, you see that there's some tough situations that I think would have been difficult for any one of our guys playing. So, he'll be ready to go. He's a guy that's won before, and the most important thing is all the other pieces around him.
Sean, you invested quite a bit in Teddy, your draft pick, and then you signed him again in the offseason. Can you talk about why you made that investment, what you see in him as
back to what I said before. We're looking at a player that we valued coming out. We're looking at a player that played well in Minnesota, a guy that players respect. Guy's got good arm strength. You get the ball down the field, and he's got the traits you're looking for at that position.
Hey, Sean, could you explain real briefly, you mentioned that the game last year that Teddy played in wasn't necessarily a fair evaluation. What were some of the factors why that's the case?
Well, I think
personnel in the game?
I'm on record like 5 different times with this question. 2 backup tackles that had never been in the game, all right, on offense. And then I think you can look it up. All right, thanks, guys.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What he said about Bridgewater, what his production hasn't been there. It hasn't been there. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, give him a chance" and all that. I agree, give him a chance. But the truth of the matter is, when that tape comes out and it shows the way they play, look, it's gonna show 99.9% of the time. Look, I'm for having Taysom Hill in there, Bridgewater, excuse me, as quarterback. I want Bridgewater in there. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know about this guy too much. We got to give him some reps. That's the thing about it. Sure, either Taysom Hill or Bridgewater. That might be your only alternatives. I mean, I'm for one. Look, if he does throw, let's say for instance, he does throw 5, I'd say maybe 6 interceptions in a game against Seattle this Sunday. Look, a lot of questions is going to arise. A lot of questions will arise about this quarterback situation. I mean, look, I didn't expect this to get Breeze to get hurt. No, I didn't expect that. But the truth of the matter is, we have to roll with it now. We have to roll with it. I'm sorry. I mean, look, sure, the referee call might have negated everything that the Saints was doing, but the truth of the matter is, when you don't have a good running game and you don't have a good red zone, also a good third down efficiency team, look, you're not going anywhere. Period. End of story. You got to have those things. I mean, I know people don't want to hear that reality, but it's the truth. You got to have those things. On third down, on red zones. Don't give up red zone defensive touchdowns. That's the concern we're going to be going with this Sunday when the Saints take on the Seahawks. So, look, I'm not trying to be Mr. Buzzkill to everybody, but the truth of the matter is, look, if you don't get an effective quarterback, look, they signed J.T. Barrett today. They did sign him. But, look, I want to see what Bridgewater's going to do in this game. If he throws that interception, we have to replace him. We'll have to put in Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill most likely will have to take the bulk of the snaps for the Saints. So, let's go ahead and go over to Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. We will go ahead and give you let you hear from Pete Carroll. This is going to be a video press conference. This is not an audio side press conference, so video press conference. So let's see what's happening. What the hell is happening with the stream? Facebook's is getting me ridiculous. Hold on one second. Let me check on Facebook. See how you doing, Ginger Penguin? How you doing? What's going on? From Twitch, how you doing? We're having a lot of issues tonight, sorry. We're trying to get everything fixed, so we apologize. So, now that I'm telling you hi, so we'll tell you hi. So, we're back on, so we make sure we're back on the stream. So we're back on the stream on Facebook. So everybody on Facebook, don't worry. Everything is up on the stream on Facebook. So let's begin with Pete Carroll. We're going to start with Pete Carroll.
Okay. Jump back into get the week rolling. It's something how these weeks just keep coming now. It's amazing pace that we stay at, and the guys are looking forward to being home again and trying to see if we can play a good football game. We're playing against a team that a New Orleans team that is really, really well balanced. Over the years, they've been winners, and you all know that, and champions and all that. But Sean's got the team. They're good on offense. They're good on defense. They run the football. They protect the quarterback. They play defense and they attack the heck out of it. They lead the league in sacks. They got a really good kicking game, the best probably we've seen to date. Speed and toughness and all that in scheme. So it's a game that calls for us to play really solid across the board. Everybody's got to show up. Everybody's got to do well because these guys can get you a lot of ways. So we have a lot of respect for this opponent, and it's great for us. We need to play good ball across the board too, and see if we can put together a good game. So it should be an exciting one.
Coach, expecting Teddy Bridgewater or Taysom Hill? How do you kind of prepare for that?
I would think that Teddy goes, and just by the structure that they've been in. But Taysom Hill is a nice football player, and we haven't seen him play quarterback that much, but I know he's on the roster like that, can do that. So just have a lot of respect for him. They've got one of the most exciting players in the NFL in Alvin Kamara. He's an incredible football player, and they use him. Sean knows how to do all of the tricks and figure out all the spots to put him in to make him a really dangerous weapon. And Michael Thomas caught 125 last year. He's already got 20 catches. They have all kinds of stuff. So it's a very difficult challenge for us.
You mentioned the sacks. Cameron Jordan, how big a problem is he?
Yeah, he's a monster. And Hendricks is off to a great start too. Davenport, that's why they got numbers already, and they've had numbers for a couple of years. So I'm telling you, you ask anybody that you may bring up, they can do stuff.
Said, how concerned are you at all, or if at all, about the protection issues so far with the offense?
Yeah, we're concerned. Yeah, I like what we did in the second half last week. We really caught up with the rhythm and the style, and Russ was phenomenal. But he worked together with his guys up front in really good fashion. There's numbers of reasons why, but it was great having Mike back in the lineup and giving us that stability. We got a good play out of George as well. So Mike hasn't played in a month, so George missed 3 weeks or something too. So those little issues can be concerns, and maybe we can get better. We're kind of counting on it as we stay together and keep making progress.
How's BJ doing?
He went through the walkthrough, and he's going to try to get some more today. He's giving me a thumbs up, like he's ready to go. We'll have to wait and see how the week goes.
How many times have you had to prepare with the idea that two quarterbacks could play in a game against each other? The ability of two different guys potentially.
I don't know. I don't have a number for you. I can't tell you. But I know you really don't care about the number. It comes up, and some once in a while, and it just depends on how different the styles are of the players, if it makes a difference or not, and how you prepare. And really, we have not seen enough of Hill to know, how they would play him in this kind of situation. He's been spotted in and out and done a lot of really cool things, but he's a great college football player, and we know all that.
I know he hasn't played a ton, but how is Teddy? Maybe similar to what you saw back in 2015.
Yeah, he's really solid. I mean, he manages the game beautifully. He's experienced. He's poised. Good decision maker. I'm sure in Sean's package of stuff and all the beautiful things they do on offense, they got a ton of stuff that they'll do with him. They won't hold back. I don't think. There's you're comparing him to Drew Brees, who's one of the all-time players ever, so it might be different in some ways, but in one game, 1 week, we got to be ready for everything, because Teddy can do everything. He can throw the ball down the field, he can move, he can throw the ball in the quick rhythm stuff. He has all of the ability to do that. We've fortunately seen him enough and played against him, and we have a feeling for him, but I don't know what Sean's going to do, and rarely does anybody know what he's going to do when it comes game time.
Pete, Will Disley looks all the way back from the injury, is he?
No question. Yeah, he is. He's back. But he continues to rehab though. I mean, he's in there every day. We go through the weight room before practice. Every day he's getting his work, still working on stuff. But he looked like he was in full form last week.
Coach, you touched on it Monday, but the confidence your younger players get from winning 2 close games, and how long does it really take those younger guys to get it in terms of?
Yeah, it has been important for us. Both, one at home, one on the road, all the way across the country, Steelers, the whole thing. That was all really important for us. Needed to get through that and then come back out of it and be able to, look back and reflect. And I can't tell you how many weeks it takes. But it does take some time, and then once it hits, it usually is kind of clear. It's kind of obvious. We're not there yet. We still got a lot of work to do and all. But there's a lot of young guys playing around the league. We got a lot of young guys playing on our team, and we're counting on those guys continuing to get through it. The work that they get in special teams is really important. We have been pretty consistent on teams' first couple weeks out, and that's a good sign that the guys are settling in and feeling comfortable and not going overboard. Remember, I did throw out you about the 5 penalties, whatever it was, the first week on Rooks. We came back and did a little better, and so it's a process, and it's really kind of the magnitude of the experiences, the kind of games. We've had 2 really close games, which is really good for us to hang in there and focus and stay with it and finish the games. So we're building, and they're valuable experiences.
Going back to the Pittsburgh game, Bud Dupree said he apologized to Russell for the helmet-to-helmet hit.
I hope that helps him. Yeah, that's a heck of a hit. I don't blame anybody on any of that kind of stuff, but that's a nice gesture by him.
Have you heard anything from the league on that at all?
Yes. Yeah, it was illegal. It was an illegal hit.
You mentioned Sean a couple times. These coaches.
No, I didn't say that right. That's how they assessed it. They didn't. It wasn't an illegal hit on the field. They didn't call it, so it wasn't. But they assessed it that if they did it again, they would have thought they should have called it.
You mentioned Sean a couple times. You've coached against him a bunch. How much do you enjoy kind of matching wits with him?
No, I like that. No, I mean after a few years coaching, you look forward to these kinds of matchups, and it's one that we've been looking towards doing the off season, and so. I have great respect for what he's done. He's a fantastic coach, and I like that he's sculpted and then resculpted his team a couple times over the years, and you can see the difference. And I like the balance that he has in his team now in the last 2 or 3 years, as much as any time that I've seen him in the past. They're really tough on defense, and their teams are really there, and they play really hard, across the board. It's tough to deal with. It's a good experience. A challenge for us.
Coach, now that you got the first game out of the way, do you hope to see a jump out of LJ Collier in week 2?
We'll see. Yeah, I would hope so. Always for everybody. He did all right first time out. It was good. It was about as much as we would hope to play him. We'll get him more as the early part of the season goes on, and he's going to have a real upside. Now he's just got to get going. He's so far behind, So we're patient with that.
How much do you think he can benefit LJ playing with Hansa and Browning?
Well, I think I'm hoping that playing with those 2 guys on the field will benefit for everybody, and we're kind of counting on that. But those guys should be able to give us a real nice presence outside, and that always helps the collective rush and when you're pressuring and everything. So we're just getting started there too. I can't tell you what it's going to be like or what we can do here and there. We have to figure it out as we go a little bit, and it'd be great to get Zig out there. He's really chomping at the bit finally to get out in the field, and so we'll see how it goes.
How did LJ kind of handle the first game physically?
He's fine. Yeah, he came through fine. No questions, no issues.
Are you hoping to get David Moore back this week? Or?
Yes. Yeah, there's a really good chance that David, he's got to go day to day here, but he's practicing to play. So that's a real boost for us.
How is Tedrick doing with the hamstring issue?
Yeah, it's still touch and go to make it back for this week, but he's working really hard. He's really determined, and if not this week, it'll be next week. He's right around the corner from it. If not, we'll see what happens by the end of the week.
Is it good to see that Tyler Lockett can carry the quick passing game and be a go-to guy underneath in addition to what he does downfield?
Yeah, but there's never been any question in our minds about that. That just hasn't been what's featured, but Tyler can do everything. He can run every route, and he has great feel and sense on everything. So that's just, he'll do whatever he's asked of, and it was really, it fit the game plan really well, and both Russ and Shotty and Tyler worked together really well to make it come to life.
Everyone knows the ball's going to Michael Thomas. I guess what makes him such a good
He's just a fantastic player. He's got all the instincts, all the awareness, all the catches, great range. They just totally trust the guy. They just absolutely believe in him because he's the real deal. He's a great player.
What do you think of the work that Russell does with his mental conditioning coach?
What do I think of it? Yeah. I think everything that you can compete to work at is of value, if you can fit it into your schedule and all. Russ is a tireless worker and competitor, and he's like the great competitors. They're always curious to find another way to figure out how to get a little bit better, and that curiosity reigns in him. And this is one area that he's really worked to emphasize, and it's a good illustration of just taking advantage of all of the elements that are there to help you, and he's enjoying it. I know he likes getting into it. He loves anything he can do to work to get better. He enjoys, and he's enjoying that.
Jazz Ferguson getting let go, or the kind of challenges that he faced?
Jazz had a good run with us now. He did well. I hope we can get him back sometime. He is a good playmaker now. And there's no question that he can make some stuff happen. He's in a position group that's really doing well. And we drafted 3 guys at the spot too. It's just a hard spot to make the club. So.
Any new injuries out of the game?
New injuries out of the game that you don't know about. Ethan Postic's going to miss a little bit of time here during the week. We think he's going to play, but he's got a stiff neck. We'll see how he does.
How's it going to afford?
Puna's going to practice. We'll see how he does, and he'll be on a little bit of pitch count during the week, and we'll see how he does and handles it, and we'll look forward to him playing. He's playing. You talk to him, he thinks he's playing. So his attitude is perfect to get back. We'll see if we can get that done.
As a former player and coach at the college level in California, what's your take on potentially that rule changing in California?
I don't know the real depth to it. I've never been the guy that feels like the players needed to be paid, to play, and that I felt like their scholarship and all the advantages that the guys got was always a pretty darn good deal. To me, that sounds like it's an adult situation that have entered into the, trying to make sense of a kid's experience, and so they justified it. I don't know that it's wrong. It's good for the kids and all, and if it's the right thing, maybe the rest of the country adopts it. But I never thought that it was necessary. And even though there's times that are tough for kids that don't have a lot of money to take as incidental spending and stuff like that, when the kid's on scholarship, he's taken care of pretty well. They can make it, So to start that, I'm surprised it happened, but we'll see what happens. I know nothing.
Over the years, have you adjusted at all the way you attempt to connect with your younger players, stuff like social media comes to the game, or just anything like that?
And I'm kind of a dog on Twitter, so I've been there for a long time. I don't even know if that counts as social media anymore. That's kind of like so old, but I haven't really tried to change or anything. I haven't done that. I think it's probably surprising to people that are watching. Wow, how could this guy, get along with those guys? But we've never had any problem. I don't know. I haven't had any issue. And I think if there's a key to it, I understand better how it works relationship-wise. We're a relationship-based organization. That's the heart of how we operate, and that means that to do that, the way I understand how we do it is you have to give to the relationship, and you got to pay attention, and you got to listen, and you got to be available when the times are necessary to develop a relationship and build an understanding. And I don't think it matters how old you are or how young you are. I'm doing it with my grandkids, so it doesn't matter to me. In the same fashion, and I do that by caring so much that I'll do whatever I need to do to make sense to them and help them out and whatever. So maybe that's the connective, element that gives us a chance. But I won't know that it's an issue until they tell me it is. So I don't know.
During the season, do you meet with guys and talk to them about non-football stuff?
Kind of a regular ongoing process, yeah. It's just whatever's happening, family issues, stuff that comes up, things back home, their college experience, what's going on, games, where they live. There's always, I need to always be on that topic because I care, and it matters to me what's going on with these guys. It's hard to get really intimate relationships, and that's not necessarily the goal. It's just there needs to be a relationship with foundation and communication, interaction, and most of all, listening, I think, is probably the most powerful part of the whole thing.
It's important. You're saying
Thanks for asking that.
Sorry. You're saying it's important for you to connect to the players. It seems like it's also important for you to connect to the Bill Russells and those things, and kind of what you get from there to help with the kids and what's happening today.
You're either competing or you're not. You're either competing or you're not. And I know that may sound kind of simple to you, but to me, every communication, every opportunity to meet and greet, learn from, understand, research. I got people bringing me stuff all the time. Hey, you might be interested in this, you may be interested in that. And it doesn't take me long. If I see something that I really like, I'm calling people because I need to know what's going on. But that, to me, that's that's just being a competitor, that's just going for it. I mean, the fact that Bill lives right across the lake here, I mean, what an unbelievable gift. And he's awarded us that he would share some time with us, and just knowing him, that he's here, that makes me more ready to pick up one of his books. I mean, you guys should read Russell Rules. It's one of his 8 or 9 year old book or something, but you should read it if you want to know what we're doing and how we think. I mean, he's taught me a ton many times, but he did it all over again this year, so where is the next inspiration coming from? Well, if I'm not open to it, then I'm not listening, and I'm not watching, and then I'm not competing. So that's how that happens, and so that's why it happens. And I don't care where I got to go to figure stuff out or whatever, to get challenged and learn. And Bill just happens to be right across the lake, So.
How much does the mechanism of your profession in the NFL and the business and having to make cold decisions go completely at odds with what you're trying to do? Like you just said, be intimate, make relationships.
Well, that's a good question, Craig. Good for you, man. To me, it's all the same in all areas to me. I mean, the decision-making process, the analysis, the observation, and the making sense of that, the observation, and then acting on it and all that. To me, it's all the same. It doesn't matter whether we're talking about family, or we're talking about kids, we're talking about business, we're talking about your house or whatever, real estate, whatever you're dealing with. Because you got to listen really carefully. You got to take in all the information, and then you deal with the subjects. If it's a guy has to be released, and there's a tough decision. There's a guy has to be IR'd, and you have to figure out whether you can keep him around or you can't. I mean, all those choices. They're all human issues that deserve every bit of every ounce of focus I can give to it and care. Whether it hurts me or makes my feelings, I feel bad about having to go through it. I don't even worry about that. It's hurting their feelings too, and we try to go through it together. If you think about, this is worth talking about, if you think about all the stuff we've been through over the years, and all of the different instances of things that have occurred, and people saying this or doing that, and they get in trouble or they don't get in trouble, or they're exposed, in some way, and people don't understand them, and all that relationship stuff that is available. I'm digging in right to the middle of it, and trying to go right to the person and what's up with that person, all that I know about them, all that they need to know at the time that I can help them with, and we just make it through it. That's why you asked me, how are you going to deal with it? Well, the same way we always do. Care so much that you go for it with the individual. Whether we're letting somebody go, I try to see every guy before he gets out of here. And sometimes I miss him when there's a lot of numbers and stuff, but I'm trying to see every person on the way out, because those decisions that's the most important thing in that kid's life in that day, in that moment. He'll remember it. I remember exactly what happened when I got cut for the last time. I remember every word of it, and I don't want to misrepresent that situation or any of the other tough ones that come up. The last part of it is if you trust the people that you work with, like John and I figuring this stuff out. Man, I impeccably trust him. And so when we figure stuff out and we go back and forth, and if we don't agree on it, we keep working until we do. And we will, and we know that. And so both of us have to give and take, and it's no different with, I think in any relationship, you got to work your way through it because you care so much. You'll take the time and you'll spend the time. And in the end of it, it feels good when you do it that way, even when it hurts. So thanks for asking.
You impeccably trust Schneider.
Uh-oh. Is there a reason why I shouldn't? Because I can back off on that in a heartbeat if I have to now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Look, yeah, sure. He says all kind of stuff about that. Look, that's on them. I mean, look, let's begin with the breakdown. We'll begin with tonight's breakdown. We'll go over the first film, which is the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, and also last Sunday against the Steelers. So let's begin going through those videos.
Deflection.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn this down, turn the sound down. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to put this in theater mode so you can, for all the people on the Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch, video can see. Okay, Cincinnati was in a shotgun formation. This was on 3rd and 7. This is what happened. He drops back. He's looking for a pass, and yep, and complete. So that was a completion right there So I'll be honest with you. If we could get some completions against that Seattle defense, that will help this offense, because we have to get Bridgewater or Hill the reps that they need. This is a play. So this is what we have to be concerned about. If they go into that play, they're going to throw those passes. So that's going to go in for a first down. That's so this is on a shotgun formation right here. Seattle is has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men in the box. That's on a shotgun formation. They have 4 linebackers right here. So that's your guys right here. So I tell you, this is a formation right here. So they're going to load those 8 men in the box. When you look at it, when they have a shotgun, they will load the 8 men in there. Let's see what happens on this play. They get it off to number 83. So he gets it to 83, and it gets a perfect strike right there. So let's see. Let's go back and make the assessments again. Let's go back and make the assessments one more time. Okay, let's show you. Let's go ahead. And, looks like that he's dropping back now. They got everybody's blocking, so everybody's on their blocks. So it's blocking assignments. That's the things we're going to be looking at right there. It's those blocking assignments. It's what happens. They got somebody coming at him, but he gets it off. So that's the reason why we have to put unlimited blitzes on Russell Wilson. That's the biggest concern. Going into it, they'll hit those receivers. So they're going into, this is a running play. This is a low screen play. So they're, nope, their defense comes in. So they make a defensive stop right there. So that's on 2nd and 10. So we cannot let that happen. Cannot let them get in there and blitz this the quarterback. Because I'm going to tell you, Bridgewater holds on to the ball too long. Sure, he's going to scramble and all that, but you're going to get those blitzes. You're going to get those plays right there. That's going to come in. You're going to either get a blitz, you're either going to get a you're either going to go 4-3 or around. That's what you're going to do. So either one. This is on defense right here for Seattle. This is they once again they come for the quarterback. So they're going to come for that quarterback. So they got 2 of them coming for him. So that's one thing about it. So when the Saints get on the field, like I said, Bridgewater or either Hill. Look, don't let the offensive line has to block. They have to stay in their assignments and block. I don't care if it's a slide protection. I don't care if it's a stack. I don't care if it's a stack neither. I want to see this offensive line of the Saints knock those defensive linemen off the air. We got to control the line of scrimmage. Because if you don't control the line of scrimmage, guess what? You're not going to win the battles. So that's things we're looking at. So they made a good defensive play, number 54 for Seattle. Now Russell Wilson, now we got him on offense. Let's see what happens. Shotgun formation. They will have 1, 2, 3 wide receivers set and 1 running back going in motion. So it looks like Russell Wilson will throw a pass play. He throws a strike. So it's a strike to see who that was. That was to number 14. So it was a good reception. So we have to contain those strike plays. When those strike plays come out, we have to be on those plays at all times. So that's Metcalf making a catch. So Seattle back on defense. This is on 1st and 20. So that was a big play right there. So that's the play they gave up right there for a first down. So that's something. If we could get that on offense, make them give up a big play, that would help our cause. So this is an I formation. He's throwing a pass and he hits his receiver. So it's about a good crossing pattern right there. So it's a good crossing pattern to start off with the offense of the Bengals. Now, let's see what happens. He throws another middle pass. That's a cross pattern, and that's going to get you some yards right there. Number 21 was on that coverage. So they gave up on these few frames right here. They've been giving up like crossing patterns. So that's maybe 5 to 10 or maybe 15 dozens. Let's see what happens. This is a shotgun formation. He looks for a pass, and yep, they come after him. He has to flee, and he throws it out of bounds. So that was a very respectful thing to do, because I'm gonna tell you, that linebacker came in there. That was a pass disruption right there. That right there is something we cannot afford to do. It's having pass disruptions on the Saints offensive side of the football. Now they kick a field goal, they come in, looks like, and that's something right there you have to be concerned with. With Will Lutz, it's that field goal, because they can block it at any time. They'll have some opportunities to block it. So that's something you cannot afford to do. Is allow, you got to have safe blockage for the kicker, so the kicker can get that ball up and throw. If it's a field goal or a touchdown or extra field goal or extra point. Russell Wilson looks like nope. So he gets pounded. So that was a good defensive play right there. So he gets pounded. So I'm glad to see that on 2nd and 7. But if we can do that all day long against the Seahawks, then that will all bets will be in. But if we don't, all bets will be off. And he gets a few yards, so he can run. This is a punt situation. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is punt situation. We're looking at it, and they're going up. Good, number 12. So they got a good returner. So they look like a fumble. Let's see what happens. Yep, looks like Seattle got the ball. So that's another thing on kickoffs. You cannot fumble the damn ball on kickoffs. Because if you fumble the goddamn ball on kickoffs, guess what? The ball goes back to them. And that's going to be good possession for them. Now this is on 1st and 10. Once again, shotgun formation. Russell Wilson back at quarterback. He's throwing a little screen. And he gets it to number 32. So it was a big gain right there for a first down. So that was a big gain they gave up. So big plays is not going to have to big plays cannot happen in this game. That's a concern right there. Big plays cannot happen. Let's see what happens here. Russell Wilson looks like he's going to nope, he goes down. So that's a good defensive stand by the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's the reason why if we can control what he does all day long, then that's going to help us. This is on 2nd down right here. This is on 2nd and 19. Once again, shotgun formation. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. A tight end goes in motion. A running back in the backfield. So it's Russell Wilson looks like he's going to throw, and he's going to dump it off to number 32. So that's some tricky plays right there. Now he dumps it off to 32, and he gets a few yards on that play. So that's something you can't allow it to happen, because they're going to do some goofy plays. They're going to do some very goofy plays, and that's a run right there. So they didn't get much on that play. So let's see what happens. He drops back looking for a pass, and they knock Palmer down. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, That's on 3rd and 5. We got to convert on 3rd and 5. So they didn't convert. So that is that's the reason why. If you don't convert on 3rd and 5, you have to give the ball back. See those 3rd down conversions last week versus the Rams? Look, it was 4 for 13. You can't be 4 for 13 and expect to win a game. It's not going to happen. So 3rd down efficiency is very important. This is on 3rd and 7. So Seattle gets a 3rd and 7. That's a drop back pass, and that's a crossing pattern. So that's going to be your biggest concern. They're going to hit the receivers. So they're going to hit them maybe middle, short, wherever. Let's go ahead and look at this again. So it's not a crossing pattern, and that goes to number 89. Let's see what he would. That's number 14. So 14, Metcalf. Metcalf's a good wide receiver. We're going to look at his numbers in just a few moments. Okay, this is goal line situation. We're looking at right here, goal line situation. 2nd and goal. Seattle is has 1, 2. I'll go over 1, 2, 3. 3 wide receiver sets, and they have 1 running back in the backfield. See what happens on 2nd and goal. They throw it. Looks like a crossing route, but nope, couldn't get it in. It was pass interference, so pass interference against the Bengals. So let's see what happens. He goes. This is what he does. He's looking, and he throws a little fade route. Looks like a fade route. So this is 1st and goal. Ball. So they have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 wide receivers. So they're going to use those 3 wide receivers. They might go into 4 or 5s. So also this is a running passing play right here. Let's see what happens. He drops back. Looks like a running play, and he's in for the touchdown. So that was that was 33. That was on Carlson. So that's another guy we're going to have to be aware of. It's him right there. It's Carlson. Because I'm going to tell you, these guys are going to run that ball. I mean, look, Russell Wilson, look, sure, he didn't run in this in these videos. He didn't run. He kind of scrambled in the first couple of frames, but no, he got for a loss. So this is on 2nd and 4 situation. This is a drop back. He looks for the pass, looks for a receiver, and he gets it to number 87. So they got their big play off of they usually don't give up that many big plays. They usually don't. But that was on a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. All right. Let's see. This is on. Let's see what happens here. Looks like a pass play. Nope, flea flicker. So they trying to do a flea flicker. So it was and it worked to perfection. So that is a pretty good offensive pass play right there for Cincinnati against the Seattle defense. Is that flea flicker? Because look, anytime when you had that flea flicker, you got to be aware of the flea flickers going in to the so that was a touchdown right there against the Seattle defense. So it was 7 to it was in the 2nd quarter. Okay, this is on shotgun formation. Once again, we'll describe what we're talking about. 1, 2. Let's see. That's 3. So everybody's on the line, and then you got a running back right there. So your running backs going to be in that in the shotgun. They're going to be shotguns time every time. So doing this so they get a blitz. It looks like a blitz, and they throw, and it's a reception. So that's the Metcalf, because Metcalf's making catches. Metcalf, this guy, I'm going to break this down for you in just a second. Metcalf in that game last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's give you another breakdown. Okay, this is on 3rd and 7. Ball shotgun once again. See what happens. He drops back. Looks like he is going to pass, so it's a passing play. So he's going to throw it to his number 32, and he gets to that sideline. So they're going to get it to 32. So that's the biggest concern right there. If you get a cornerback back there to stop that screen pass from going for big plays, that will happen. And hopefully that'll make that we get off the field faster on 3rd down. So that was on 3rd down. They converted on that 3rd and 7. They absolutely converted on that. And it was a touchdown. So it was a touchdown on that screen play. So we can't let that happen. So it is 14-10. Andy Dalton, look, was at quarterback. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happens. He drops back. Looks like everyone's blocking. So I see a block. So it's everybody's blocking. So it's a good block right there. And he hits his receiver. So he hits a receiver. That was a definite good block right there. So he had nobody coming in after him. So that was a good completion right there versus the Seattle defense. Okay, once again, we'll show you. Okay, this is, we're looking at the, let's see. We'll describe them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 down linemen right there. 4 down, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's you got one of your guys covering the wide receivers. So yeah, they're gonna disguise from maybe 4. They might put 7. They might put 8. And that might be the full box right there on the 8s. Let's see what happens. It looks like a pressure situation. And it's a drop pass. So it was a pressure situation. So that was a good disruption by the Seattle defense. So that's a concern right there for the Saints offense. Not to allow that to happen for the Saints offense. Okay, once again. Okay, we look at it again. And he throws a deep ball. So that was a reception right there. So that's why I say it's good to throw it to Michael Thomas. Throw it deep and get it to Michael Thomas. And he will beat those guys. So he had 2 defenders on him. So that was a good pass play by the Cincinnati Bengals offense. So now on the Saints offensive side, look, if that can happen, that would be some big plays. That would make our big plays So we'll go through the screen again. So he had some good coverage right there. Look, they had 2 men on him, but he just caught that football. So, okay, this is on 1st and 10. Russell Wilson back at quarterback. Let's see what's going on this one. Looks like looks like a pass play. It's a screen. So it's a screen. So that's a left screen. So we have to get somebody back there in a hurry because they're going to throw that screen to the left. So that's one thing about it. So, but it's a fumble. Seattle. That's the reason why if we can get opportunities like that, get those turnovers, and we can get the ball back for Bridgewater or Hill. So I'm not saying 1 or 2. I'm saying or Hill, both of them. So that was a turnover by the Seattle. So they get a turnover right there. So they're going to get those turnovers. So you have to force them out. Either if it's Lattimore or Eli Apple, or one of them. Okay, this is on, once again, this is on 1st and 10. Defensively, let's see how they look. 1, 2, 3. That's 4, 5. Now let's, so we'll make sure I'm counting them right. 4, 5, 6 men on that line. So it's 6 men on the line, and then you got the linebacker right here, and you got your cornerbacks that's dropping back. So they're going to be expecting a pass in the I formation. That's what they're going to be expecting. That's the reason why they stand like that, because they're expecting something to happen. So this is what we're going to show you. So he drops back. That was a little. So they're going to dump that screen off. So that was a good conversion right there. So that was a great conversion. So with the screen pass, so they knew something was going to go on. They knew there was going to be a long pass. So that's why they were standing there. So that's why I say every time when you ask why they're expecting a pass or something, or expecting a run. If they're sitting back like waiting for the runner to come through, that's what they'll be expecting, a run, or they're expecting a pass. So it's a good reception right there. So they got a dump off. Let's see what happens right here. This is what we show you. So it's an interception. So that's something we cannot do. See, if Bridgewater is in that I formation, he throws a little. I mean, I'm a little concerned about it, because he can throw maybe 5, 6, or 7 interceptions. I don't know. I mean, I hope not. But that's the concern you're going to be going into these games. What this defense did to the Cincinnati Bengals offense on that down right there, on 2nd and 9. So this is what they're showing you. Yep. Low flip out. Yep. So this is on 1st and 10. So it's what we're showing you. They had 2 turnovers. Seattle had only 1. Let's see what happens on this offensive play. This is on 1st and 10. So they get a so that's a good defensive play right there. So see, Cincinnati was waiting for that defensive play right there, that run play. So they was waiting for that play. So that's the thing. You have to wait. You have to make sure that play develops to blow it up. That's the thing. You got to make sure that play does develop when when you start when it blows, so it can blow it up. Because if you throw a little screen and stuff like that, that would give them extra time to make that defensive play. So this is on shotgun formation right here. Shotgun formation. Seattle's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6, and the 7th guy right there. So they got some people. So these are going to be backup. These are going to be people waiting for that pass. So that's going to be cornerbacks, linebackers, and secondary guys waiting for those. That's their personnel right there. He drops back. This is on 3rd and 8. They throw a little bubble screen, and they get the yardage. So that's the yardage right there. They're going to get off those bubbles. So they're going to get those yards. So that's the biggest concern right there. They throw bubbles. We have to defend it. That's what the it's either one or 2. So that's the offensive plays. Now on the offensive side, if we could throw those screens and trick them, that would help us right there. So you throw screens. If it's either a bubble or a little short-handed, little short screen and stuff like that. That'll help you on running plays. Because last week, the running game, I'm going to see saying it again and again and again. The running offense wasn't that good for the Saints. So that, and they fumbled, but it was out of bounds, so it wasn't much of a deal, big deal. So back on 3rd and 8, they get a running play, and they. So this is what we're showing. We'll go over to another play. We'll go over to the next play. This is what we're showing you. This is we're showing you these two highlights to give you an idea of what Seattle did in these last two games. So that was a running pass. Now this is a little screen once again to them. So that's your that's the Cincinnati Bengals video. We'll go over to the Pittsburgh Steelers video. I'm about to do that in a second. Let me switch it over to the Pittsburgh video. I'm going to switch over. Okay, this is what happened. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers now against Seattle. Seattle on the road. 3rd and 5 situation. So Roethlisberger drops back. Looks like, yep, but Seattle got to him. So that's a concern right there, look, for the Saints offense. So 3rd and 5, you must convert on those 3rd and 5 because that's going to put you downfield. So that was a good defensive play. Okay, let's see. Shotgun formation. Wilson throws a pass. So Wilson throws those sideline passes. So he hit it against that Pittsburgh defense. So he hit him with a first down right there. So he hit him big time. That's against Metcalf. So he's once again back in a shotgun formation. He drops back. He's going to throw, and he gets sacked again. So he got pounded on that play. So that was a good defensive pursuit by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense against Russell Wilson. So okay, this is on 3rd and 3. Nope, that defense was swarming Ben Roethlisberger. They was absolutely swarming him. That was on 3rd and 3. So that's a concern right there. 3rd and 3 situations. Now this is 1st and 19. So they get a big run right here. So that's the concern right there. I'm going to play it back for you. Play it back for you in slow-mo. I'm going to play it back for you again so you can see it. So I can tell you this is what we're going to be facing this Sunday versus the Seahawks. Now it's a running play right there. This is on 2nd and 14. He gets it to his wide receiver, and they're going to convert on 2nd and 14. They will convert. I mean, I don't care if it's 2nd and 14, 2nd and 25, or 2nd and 99. They're going to convert. They're going to convert on those plays. That's on 2nd down right there. That's on 2nd down. Okay, this is 2nd and 8. This is a short 8, so they won't get much on that because he got sacked on that 2nd and 8. So that's the biggest down right there. It's 2nd and 8. You got to convert on that, but they did not convert. The Seahawks. Okay, this is on 3rd and 13. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and 13. Nope. He gets pounded again because he got pounded in this game. He got absolutely pounded in this game versus the Steelers. So that's on those last couple of frames right there. Last couple of frames on 2nd and 3rd and 5, 3rd and 13. And so he got pounded on those last couple of downs. So this is a 3rd-and-1 situation. They get a running play. So that was a running play. That was up the middle against the Seattle defense. So, and number 24 just goes down the sideline. 1st down. So they convert. This is on 3rd and 8. Ben Roethlisberger drops back. He's going to throw it. And nope. That was some good coverage right there. But they got it incomplete. So it was a good defensive stand by the Seahawks. Let's see what happens on this run. So they're good. And they had blocks. So they had a block. So, and that's going to be another gain right there. That's another gain. That's another gain on that down right there. That's another big play. That's another big play. This is on 1st and 10. This time he gets a handoff and they fumble it. So that was a good defensive stand right there by the Steelers defense. That was 17 seconds left in the 1st quarter. So they got that fumble. So, but it's probably going to be overturned. Yeah. So I'm going to give you another offensive play. Then go ahead and pull this up to another offensive play right here. We'll back it up a little bit. Give you another offensive play that we're going to run. We're going to go over in a second. So Russell Wilson gets. Yep, that's the fumble right there. So that was the fumble. So this is on 3rd and 5 situation. He drops back looking for a pass, and he is going to hit his man, and nope. Yep, pass interference. Yep, that was pass interference. So that was against the Seahawks. So that gave the Pittsburgh Steelers a touchdown right there. Because he went up for it right there. He was going to catch that ball, but number 56 just kind of went in there and interfered with the pass. So this is on goal line situation. What they did a running play. So they did a running play up the right, and they got a score off of it. So if you can get a running play off of the Seattle defense, that would help big time, because we need our running backs. We need Kamara to be out there making plays. We need to have Murray making plays as well. And also Thomas. I know he will make those plays, but the biggest concern is going to be the defense and also the offense. Okay, this is on 2nd and 10. Let's give you a play right here. This is the play. That's a play right there. So this is on 3rd and 2. This is a 3rd and 2 situation. This is a major 3rd and 2 for them. So we're going to see what happens here. They were 1 for 3 on those 3rd down conversions. So that was just pitiful right there. But they get it on this 3rd and 2 situation, and they go for a 1st down. So they'll go up the middle now. They will go up the middle. On those run plays, they will go up the middle. So that's the concerns we're going to be looking at with the Saints defense tonight. This is on 3rd and 1 situation. Once again, shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to your right, none to your left. They have 1 running back in the backfield. They get the handoff to you ain't gonna get much there. So that's just something right there that's going to be the concerners right there. So they kick a field goal in that game. So it was in the 2nd quarter. They kick a field goal. Let's scroll over to another play. This is on 2nd and 10. So this is on 2nd and 10 situation right here. 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation. one running back in the backfield, 2 wide receivers set, 2 wide receivers on your one on your left and 1 on your right. Drops back, looking for a pass, and nope, he got hit. He got sacked. So that was a good defensive play. So that's 2nd and 10. So he's been getting pounded on those bigger to medium downs. He was getting pounded in this game. There's a drop back. He looks for a pass, and yep, that was a good completion. Number 50 was the guy that was coming after him. So they got some. Okay, let's give you the last few minutes of it. I'm about to give you the last few minutes of the play breakdown. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what's going on with the stream. I don't know what's going on with the damn video. It's kind of a little glitchy. Hold on, I might have to stop. So let's give you the last play. That was on a so that was trying to get the ball out of the hand. This is 2nd and 10. We'll give you a 2nd and 10 situation. This is the quarterback. They have a new quarterback in. Oh, good defensive play. Wright was the one. That guy Wright is the one that's the. Can't get click it. I'm gonna see if I can click it again. Let me see if I can click it. Trying to see if I can click the sorry about that, folks. We're trying to click this so please bear with us. There it is, touchdown right there. Trying to go through the spin it. So that's what happened. This is on 1st and 10 right here. 28. It was 28-26 Seahawks. So they get back in the shotgun formation. It's like a pass play, and they're going to throw a little pass to the sideline. So they're going to throw the sideline passes. See, and this is going to be a concern right here. What Russell Wilson is doing on 2nd and 9. You got to not let him get loose like that, because he's going to bust loose and he will wind up scoring. That's the biggest concern right there. So that's on that down and distance right there. 2nd and 9. So he gets that baseball slide. He drops back and he's going to run again. See, that's the reason why you're going to have to clamp him down. You're going to have to clamp down Russell Wilson, because he's going to run. He's going to run simultaneously every time. This is on 3rd and 16. That's on a 3rd and 16 play. I mean, well, I don't care if it's 3rd and 16. I don't care if it's 3rd and 17. He's going to run. He will get those yards. They will put some plays in, like an RPO or something like that, to get those first downs. We have to contain that. So that's the film breakdowns of the Seattle Seahawks games between the Steelers and the Bengals. So we'll go ahead and give you breakdowns of last week's game. I'm about to do that. Give you last week's box score breakdown. I'm about to do that in 1 second. So let me go over to the sportsreference.com site. We'll give you what happened last week. Okay, let's begin looking at the scoring plays. Second quarter, Pittsburgh did score. That was on a 1-yard run. Made it 7-0. It was Seattle. Will Disley had a 14-yard pass play from Russell Wilson. Tied it up at 7. Also, the Steelers scored on a 12-yard pass. Disley made 2 touchdowns, so it was 14-10. Also, Rashard Penny had a 37-yard run. So he had a 37-yard run. That was in that game versus the Steelers last Sunday. Also, DJ Metcalf had a 28-yard pass play, so he had some pass plays. I don't know why this fucking Facebook's. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know why this Facebook's ridiculous. Hold on, I'm gonna get back on the screen. So we apologize for everything. It's not me. It's Facebook's stream. I'm just getting tired of trying to deal with this stream. I'm trying to see if I can do a little. Make sure we're on. We're back on. Everybody's on. Okay. This is what we're showing you right here. Yep. Steelers had their last score. It was on a 3-yard pass play. So from Mason Rudolph. Let's give you the breakdowns of let's give you yesterday's last week's breakdown. Okay, last week's breakdown. Steelers had 25 first downs, so they put up some first downs last week. Absolutely astounding, 25-17. So they only gave up 17 first downs. They had on 33. So they ran on 33 plays. They ran 33 running plays. They ran for 151 yards. They put up 151 against the Steelers last Sunday. They threw for 300 yards. They had 3 touchdowns. So they had 3 touchdowns. They had no interceptions. So this offense, I'm going to tell you, they put up over 400 yards. And I'm going to tell you right now, look, with this Saints defense playing like they was last week, just giving up unnecessary big plays and stuff like that. Look, no wonder why this is going to be a concern this coming Sunday when we play them. I mean, I know a lot of fans don't want to hear the bad stuff, but the truth of the matter is we have to report about it. I have to report about it. Look, I know it hurts people, but the truth of the matter is we have to. Net passing yards was 274. So they threw net passing yards. So they only had 2 fumbles last Sunday. 2 fumbles. That was 2 turnovers. So they can make those turnovers now. Now the time of possession. That's the thing where it will determine how long you're on the field. Seattle's been on the field 35 minutes. Pittsburgh 24. So this Seahawks defense was on the field 24 minutes in that game. But the penalties in this game, 10 penalties for Seattle. So Seattle can make penalties off the Wazoos. So let's give you the breakdown. Russell Wilson, he threw for 3 touchdowns. He had 4 sacks, so he was sacked 4 times last week versus the Steelers. Now, Rashard Penny had, I'm going to put them in screenshots for y'all, so y'all be able to see them. Screenshots, we'll be able to see them. We'll let you see the screenshots. So I'm going to go give you a screenshot in just a second. Let me give you just a screenshot of it. In just a second, I'm going to go ahead and give you a screenshot of it. Okay, that's what we're showing you. Rashard Penny had 10 carries for 62 yards. He had a touchdown last week. Rashard Penny. Chris Carlson had 15 carries last week. He had 15 carries for 60 yards. His longest was 21. He also had 3 catches for 27. Now, next guy is CJ Prosett. Prosett he had 2 carries for 7, but he also put up 3 catches for 13 yards. Also, TJ Lockett put up 10 catches for 79 yards. He was targeted 12 times in this football game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he was targeted 12 and caught 10 passes. So I'm going to tell you, they can catch these footballs now. That's the biggest concern right there. So, also, Metcalf had 3 catches for 61 yards. 3 catches for 61. So he had 3 catches. 61. Turner had 3 catches for 54. So that's the things we're looking at right here. So now on the defensive side, let's see. Seattle, let's see how many sacks they had. Seattle had one guy that was Brandon Jackson. He had 1 sack in the game. So also advanced passing. We'll show you his advanced passing for Russell Wilson. I'm about to do that in a second. Let me get this screenshot for you. So we'll screenshot it again, so you'll see what we're talking about here in tonight's stream. So we're showing you Russell Wilson's passing. We'll go widescreen if I have to. Okay, widescreen view. Okay, this is what we're showing you. He had Russell Wilson had 1 drop, averaging 2.9. Bad poor throws, he had 3. So he had 3 poor throws in that game. He had 3 of them. That's what he had. He had 3 poor throws. Now blitz. He was blitzed 25 times in the game last Sunday. 25 times versus the Steelers' defense. Like I said, if we can blitz that many times against him and get him down and sack him, that's going to help us get off the field in the long run. This is what we're showing you. Okay, he's been hurried 3 times, hit 1 time, line of scrimmage. That's what we're showing you right here. So if you would like to see that, so this is from okay, let's go ahead and give you the snap counts on the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson played. Metcalf played. He played 89%, a total of 70 snaps. So he played last Sunday in that game, 70 snaps in the football game. Now TJ Lockett also played 89%. That's 70 snaps for him. Now Carlson played on offense. He played 43 snaps, 54% of the snap counts. So that's doing this football game. So that these are your guys that's going to be the vocal. Russell Wilson played 79 snaps. Rashard Perry played 26 snaps. He played 26 snaps in this game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. So these are your drives right here. We're going to show you these drives. This is what we're looking at right here. The first one was a punt. Second one was a punt. Third drive was a fumble. They got the touchdown on the 4th drive. Also, they punted on the 5th. Missed the field goal on the 6th. Punted on the 7th. And they had 3 touchdowns. 1 in the 8th drive, 1 in the 9th drive, and 1 in the 10th drive of the game last Sunday. But their last one was a fumble. That was on drive number 11. So drive number 11, they had a fumble. So they had touchdowns in the 4th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. 4th, 8th, 9th, and 10th drives of the games. So that's something right there. Look, we got to limit those drives. I want to see punts. I want to see 3 and outs in this game versus the Saints. So let's give you their breakdown. I'm about to give you their team stat breakdown. I'm about to do that in 1 second. I'm about to go ahead and give you going into this game. We're going to give you some analysis on this on the Seattle Seahawks. How they mess with. Let's go up to scoring offense. Let's give you their scoring offense per game. Seattle is ranked. Let's see. Seattle's ranked 9th in scoring offense. They're ranked 9th. They only average at home. Let's see. Let's look at their. They average 21 points at home. 21 points at home. So that's something right there. They're in the top 10 when it comes to scoring offense per game. So they're ranked 9th in scoring offense, and that's the home. That's the home one. So the Saints, I'm gonna tell you, that's going to be the biggest 21 points. So 21 points scored in at home. Say 2019, they're averaging 24 points a game. So 24.5. Let's give you their let's give you their total offense. Let's give you their breakdown total offense. I'm about to do that in a second. Total yards per game. Seattle is averaging. Let's see. I'm gonna go over it. Okay, Seattle is ranked. Go down here. I'm probably gonna have to move it around so you can see what we're talking about here. I'm gonna go over to Seattle. I'm gonna highlight it for you so you should be able to see it when I put it in. So we'll get ready to put it in now. Okay, let's see. Nah. Let's see if I can pull it. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up to 100 so everybody can see it. Okay, everything's in the screen. See, I was ranked 24. At home, they average 232 yards a game. That's home. Now, on the road, not on the road. Last 3 games, they're averaging 328.5, and the same for their total offense. So in 2019, so they're a total of 328 yards, but they also average 232 yards. So they're ranked 24th. So they're not that good when it comes to total offense. They're not that good when it comes to total offense. So that is the ranking for the Seattle Seahawks. Now we're going to go to the passing offense. I'm about to give you the passing offense in just a second. Let me give you a passing offensive numbers in just 1 second. Let me get this over here. We'll go passing yards per game. I'm about to pull it up in my screen, so let me get it in my screen. Get it in my screen so you can see it. Okay, that's in the screen, so you'll see that in the screen. You won't see my face, but you'll see. Okay, this, Seattle. Trying to see where Seattle is. Seattle is ranked. We're going to go look at it right here. Seattle's ranked 23rd. They're ranked 23rd in the passing offense. They're averaging let's see, 160 yards a game. That's at home, 160 yards, so they rank 23. Not a good passing offense at all. Not a good passing offense, to be honest with you. So that is the because they're ranked 23rd. So we'll break that down. We'll take that down. So that's what you're looking at right there. They're ranked 23rd. So let's go ahead and give you the running game. I'll give you the running offense. I'm going to give you the rushing offense as well. I'm going to do that 1 second. Let me put this in. I'm about to give you another breakdown on this one. I'm about to screen it to the screen, so let me get this screen up there. Too big. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Get the screens in. Okay, let's give you the offensive stuff. Okay, I'm going to give you their passing, rushing yards per game. Seattle is ranked, let's see, trying to see where they're at. See it on my screen. I must have put in the wrong information. Wrong point information. So, trying to say what I have to put up. See, I don't know if I get it. Okay, I'll just show you the offense. I'll just show you the numbers. Okay, Seattle is ranked down 14th. They also average 72 yards a game. 72 yards a game. So that's something right there to be concerned about, but not much, not as much. But they average 111 yards a game on those rushing. So that's concerned right there. So, but if we look, 72 yards at home, so they only average 72 yards at home. That's the biggest right here, 72 yards, and that's at home. So I look at it this way. Look, they might not be a good passing team or a good running team. They might be, but I'm gonna tell you, look, if you can stop their running game, hopefully we can get off the field. Because if you don't stop their running game, I'm gonna tell you, that's just gonna be another problem for this defense. So they're ranked 14th in that in the nation, 14th. So they're kind of in the top 20. So right now, I'm concerned about that. But hey, if we can get our containments in, that would help us. So I'd say, so that's my take on the Seattle Seahawks breakdown. So this is stat breakdown. We did this tonight. So okay, let's go ahead and go to the point spread information. I'm about to do that in 1 second. I'm about to give you a point spread, initial point spread information on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to covers for it. I'm going to go to covers.com for the point spreads. So I'm about to do that in 1 second. Let me get the point spreads up on my screen. So we done hour. They gotta say 10 o'clock. Boy, you just running them out. Yeah, I'm just running my mouth because I gotta do this every fucking time. Okay, point spread for the Saints and Seattle football game this coming Sunday. Let's go ahead and give you that information. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you right here on my screen. Everything is on the screen. Live odds, 4.5 to 4 points in this game. So 4.5 to 4 points in this football game. So right now it's at 4.5 for down the line. Now covers got it at 4. So despite the injuries with Drew Brees and all that, so that's the point spread information. That's what they'll have it at this coming Sunday. It's 4 points. So I think the Saints, if they can come out, don't give the ball up in the first half, have an effective running game, have an effective offensive line. If we have an effective offensive line against the Seahawks, look, we can win this game. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Taysom Hill or Teddy Bridgewater. Hopefully they do be the first string quarterback for until Breeze comes back. But look, whoever plays, they're going to have to be on their absolute game. They're going to have to make perfect decisions, because if you don't make perfect decisions, guess what? It will all blow up in your face. And that's the thing about it. I don't want to give people a false sense of that we're going to lose this game. We have hope. Hopefully we can win this game. Hopefully we can come out, get a win with a field goal or something, or last second touchdown or whatever. I mean, I don't want to give you false sense of hope. I know it's been a rough few days for the Saints team, but the truth of the matter is, like, we got to pull together. I mean, I don't care how, we all got to put our egos aside and just let Taysom Hill do his job. If he does fuck up, then all the questions will arise. So that's my take on it for tonight. So we're about to sign off for tonight. So it's after 10. So I know I'm doing late shows, but hey, at least it's worth it.